Okay. So today I'm going to be giving you guys some design tips here on how to like set up houses, bridges, and trees and things like that to kind of blend some stuff. Open up the stream on my other phone here. Okay. Looks like we've got an upgrade work hard, Omega, Wave. As you can see, I'm not in Mega, so I'm not going to waste like a work hard upgrade. Just going to cancel that. And by the way, for those of you guys, I know you're all going to be asking, why is there no pass? This happens every other time. What happens is every season pass, every other season, they skip a week. Okay, so they skipped this week. Next week, they will begin the pass. So then this pass, when this next pass ends, it'll start immediately. Okay. And apparently I'm already under shield. Perfect. Wonderful. Go ahead and buy these. I think we're going to use the I can't remember which map I have the least or the most room on. But for the houses, I'm going to show it to you on my capital because I only have mountain epics on my capital, really. Okay, let me set down a couple of things here. I hate when I lose the temp storage. Hate it. Let's get the damn flour being made. Made a lot of donuts this weekend. Okay. Go back through and see what else I can repair super quick. Damn, I'm already out of backpacks. Good thing I'm not in Mega. Okay. Let's see here. Turn the brightness up. Okay. So, when you're doing houses, at least the mountain houses, I mean, you can apply this technique, honestly, really to any house, but with the mountain houses it just looks better because they look good in any direction. So the first thing I always do is I try to rearrange the rooftops to kind of match whatever building layout or river and tree layout I'm doing. For example, what I mean by that is like how this one has a rooftop that kind of angles more to the left and higher. I'll usually try to put that in an area where I have a building on maybe the right hand side that I want to be able to see. And like this building here, I usually put this one on like the outer edge because it looks good in any direction. So, okay. Whenever you do like an area like this, where you've got just a couple of houses on little islands and stuff, what I've noticed is a lot of people make the mistake of putting just straight roads, kind of like this, and then they just put trees around it. And that's how they do their island. And you don't want to do an island like that, not like these type of islands. So what you can do, actually, and let me bulldoze some of these roads out here. Try to make some space. Okay. To use as little road as possible, what you're going to do, yeah, I might need some here in a little bit. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to look at this. So like, let's say you do a road like this. You can put one house on each side, right? But when you do that, you have like this and like this, okay? Now, it just looks like that. So let's say you were just put trees around it, that would look weird, right? Because they're perfectly aligned. So how would you island this off? Well, what you can do is instead of putting the road like that, you can do like, there's a couple different things. You can do something more like this. Now this side has one notch of road, and this side has one notch of road, okay? So if you were to put a house here, and then you were to put, let's say, a house here, preferably one that looks good sideways, because see, you see the more broad side of this building. So if you were to do something like this, or like that, okay? So now what do you do with this side? Now what you can either do is you can extend it, or you can put a park there, or you can start a bridge and have the bridge go over here and then do like another little island. But the point is you're able to put two houses here like this. So let's say that you wanted to, I don't know, extend it and put two houses here. So now you've got this area, and now you can either put another house here like this, which wouldn't make for a bad island, it would be alright. And then you can either put like a park here or a bridge or whatever. Or you can even extend it kind of down this way and do something like that. And do something like this. Okay? Now you have, 5 houses on a road, and you can only see 2 notches of the road. So let's say you didn't want to see the road. You just wanted to do like a bridge. You could put a bridge and bring it down, or you could say, okay, instead of that, I'm going to angle it like that. Okay? And then you can put something else here, whether it be like a building that just blocks this all off, or you could do like a tall tree to block this off, like that. Obviously, yes, they are. What do you mean they're not connected to services? But what I'm saying is, if you were to take out like this, okay, and you were to disconnect it, let's say I didn't want to connect it on that side, okay? Let's store that. I wanted to connect it. Let's say I had something else over here. I could extend the road one notch here and bring a bridge if I wanted, or I could do something totally different than a house here and put like a centerpiece and put the houses around it. That's one way. Okay, so there's another road layout that you can do, and this one is the one I usually use. So, okay, like this is a perfect example actually. You could go like this and go over a notch this way or over a notch this way. And then you would grab a house that looks a little more fancy, one you actually like the look of, like this, and have it be like there, right? And then you put something here. You can bring the bridge on this backside so you don't have to see the road. Or you can do like, maybe you do the road like that and then you put the bridge here, and you can put like a little pink park right there. Because when you turn and angle it like that, you would see the pink park, right? And then you would just have a little bridge, and then you could put like water in between here and trees. Obviously this would be a little different here. I'm just showing you guys how to build the islands like these. Okay, so when you see islands like this, a lot of people do this stuff here, and that's all they do. But they have a hard time doing these kind of things. See how like this one? I've got the just straight line, but I put 3, right? Now here, I've just got one that branches off like this, and the reason I did it like that was because I wanted to be able to see the park. But what I could do is just eliminate the park and scoot this over, but then I wouldn't be able to see what's behind this house, right? So that's one way you can do it. I can still view this park, but when you do something like this, like let's say that I was to, hang on, let me move areas, because no, the stream's still up. And I actually have like a 4 megabyte connection. Okay, so let's open this up. Now this is another example of like which house you want to put here. You can try different houses and see what blocks what looks good where, what part of the house you're going to see. Like this house blocks that off completely, you know? Or we could actually just say, all right, let's go like this. And we could put a park here instead of a house. Or, oh, another thing, like you guys can go like this, up a notch over here. And put, you could just do parks, you can do another house. Obviously this road, I would bulldoze this if I wanted to set it there, but I'm not going to bulldoze that right now just for a video. So another method, and this one I've never actually used, but I see other people do it. I've seen Sid do it a lot. I'll show you guys. I think I've seen Tanya do it, I'm not sure. It's going to be kind of hard to show you with this little bit of space, but hang on. Okay. Boat. Okay. Let's see. they do something like one long road around one angle, and then they'll put one house here, one there, one there. So they've got 3 in the center, and then they can put, like, well, obviously I would move that pond, right? Then you'd have like one here, another one here. You could put the bridge from here to here if you wanted. Obviously, you know, that's just an example of what I'm talking about, but just one road going down the side, and then you can try to angle it in like 3s and put your bridge either between the houses or on the back side. Try to put the majority of your houses on the or at least the mountain homes on the front side of the road, whereas like the tall houses, you can do kind of the same thing, except for it really doesn't matter. That's what I like about the mountain houses, is that you can put them in different angles like this, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when I say you can put a bridge here to connect the services, that's what I'm saying. So yes, and that's the next thing we're going to do is bridges. So I'm going to show you guys how bridges work, because some people have a really hard time with getting them to work sometimes. And there's actually, they can be kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. So, hey, what's up? Alright. So, if you have a road like this, 2 pieces of road and 2 pieces of road. Oop. And you put two ponds, okay? The road goes green and you can place it down, or the bridge goes green and you can place it down. Now, let's bulldoze this. See how it won't let me put it like this? There's a reason for that. It's because of the way that the road is drawn. Okay? If the road was drawn like this, I could place it down. See? So now all I have to do is bulldoze this. Now what happens is, look at, it's not actually connected to the bridge, but when I draw on this side, you'll notice that the road conforms to both sides. See? So what happens is, if I was, let's say I was to bulldoze this side of the bridge, or this side of the road, and I was to place down another piece of water, just one piece. See how the bridge raises up? So what'll happen is people will have like their roads drawn like this, and they don't understand what's going on. So then they take out this piece, and the bridge drops down again. Okay? If you ever can't place a bridge, see, now I'm not going to be able to place it back. See? Because the road is drawn straight. If I want to be able to place it back there, I would either have to draw this road straight, like that, or I would have to have the road drawn horizontally. If you draw both, or vertically, if both of them are drawn like this, then it doesn't matter if you have a road on either side. So if you do it like this, see, places down, but it's not connected. It's not actually going to connect until you have another piece up against it. Then it'll connect. All bridges do the same thing. Well, okay, so like what I think what you mean is, do they all lift up, you mean? Because the red bridges are a little different, I guess. I mean, I don't mess with those bridges very much, but like this. Let's go to the red one. You mean this, let me see. This thing or this one? Because there's this one that goes like this. See how you can't place it there? Place it on this side. Okay. Okay, so see, you saw the top of it move, right? The very top left corner of the bridge and the very bottom of the bridge, the way that it conforms, it moves when you place a pond because it's waiting for a new piece. See? It's just a little less noticeable than the others, but same concept. Okay. So in order to have a bridge actually working and, you know, supplying services, you have to have cars that are actually able to, like, go to it. So which one? I hate that this one here drops down so low when it's a single. It just looks weird to me. Some of these, like this suspension bridge, oops, where the hell is it? The suspension bridge, to me, it looks like terrible when it's only in twos. See, like that's just a single, and that one also looks terrible, I think. But then you've got it when it, let's see. Honestly, they need to give us just better bridges in general. But, like, I don't even think I have the suspension bridge anymore. I think I took it out. Yeah, I took it out. Ah. So, like, this here. Another thing, you guys, is, like, here I could put a park if I wanted to, but I just didn't like the way that the roads looked, so I just kind of hid it there. But I really do try to utilize as much of the front of the road as possible, but like on the sides here, like this, try to put stuff that looks good on the side. Like you have buildings that specifically face a certain direction based on if the road is on the right or the left. Like this here, this Cupid heart only faces you if the road is on the right hand side, which is a major pain in the butt. This is not staying here, by the way. I haven't decided what to do with this back corner here. I know that this thing will probably go somewhere over here because it kind of matches these. The steamboat. Yeah. Like that. That one. They really need to give us some, like, maybe a speedboat or something. And you got this one. Oh, by the way, you guys, certain animations don't move when you're not zoomed in. So if you, like, look here, for example. I'm trying to give you guys an example. It's hard to see. Like, okay, on certain buildings, certain things won't move. Like, obviously the swans are moving. No, 99 is max. Anybody over 99 is hacked. See, look at 99. You can't go past 99. Anybody who has a city that's like 100 and... I've seen all the way up to 103 on this game. They're hacked. Okay, let's see. Forgot what I was talking about. I might take out... So, trying to give you guys some ideas here. So when you guys do your bridges as well, also make sure that you're looking at the bridge the best way that it would be. Like, for example, like in this area, the bridge looks good horizontally, right? Versus over here would be more vertical. I could do a bridge that would be horizontal, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like one from here to here and just move that down a notch, but I don't know. Then we've got like this area here, for example, is a hard area for me because I don't think I have house coverage here. Let me see. No, I do. Okay. The issue is when I put houses here, I can't see whatever building I put here. So it has to be something either really tall or... I don't know. I will probably end up putting buildings there. That was actually a good thing to bring up. The pathway. So the pathways are nice because they don't actually need anything. They don't need a road or anything, but they do transform. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay. Let me zoom in here. Oh, I am zoomed in. No, I'm not. There we go. So see the little curves at the bottom? How they're very small? I can place these anywhere, whether it be just on land or water or whatever. So, I don't know why. Okay. So, now, let's say that I want to place it over a walkway. See how that widened at the bottom? From the 4 little ones, it went to 2 little and 1 large, like this. Yeah, the price is ridiculous. That's why I made sure to buy a few when the Black Friday sale came. Now this one also does the same general thing. I don't really like this one too much, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, it just looks ugly to me. Then you've got this little staircase that comes out on it, like on the side when you put it over water. Like that. Now it went away. Take this. Now it's back. The walkways do not provide services, though. They have nothing to do with the roads. Another thing you can do is like roundabouts, which is what I did on my limestone map, which actually works out really well. If you do it for houses, you're definitely going to have to branch off of the roundabout, though. So, let's see. Say you did like that. You could even do something like this and just have double bridges that, you know, go over, or you go like this and you can put like a house here, here, and here, and then surround it with trees, and then just have it branch off from the right hand side and do a bridge that way. So when you do a bridge like that, go like this. I don't know if I have to have one on the other side. Okay, good, I don't. Like that. And then you would just, you could even do another roundabout, I guess. But like that. Then you get your little street light, and you can put your people all the way around it. I actually like that one. It's easier to kind of put the trees around it, and then you can bring the water, and when you do the water, what I like to do is, because this side is for this side has the house, right? So you can either put the tree on that side or this side. And what I'll do is I'll usually put like one tree here or something. Or on the front side even. Put it there. And then maybe bring it up here a notch and just do something like a little bit thinner so you can still see. And then put the water all the way around that, or have a different house here or something. You just, usually it's best to put the water first though, and I'll show you, because when you do the water first, it really does make a huge difference. What you'll notice with water, see how there's 4 squares here? But it's actually kind of blobbed over. See how it kind of overflows the actual square? It does it a lot with this one. It's kind of hard to tell right here, but you can actually spread your water thin, like really thin, because of how much it overflows with the big lake. And that's how a lot of people are like, why does my water look kind of blotchy? They don't notice that they're actually missing pieces. It's just hard to see unless you're in the design menu. So if you pull this up here, like this, you've got that. And you can see here where it blotches over. Now if I take a lake and I don't put it up against the water, but like this. See what I mean? And there's actually an entire square here that is available. So what I would do is I would take this here, like that. And then when you back up, it looks like the whole ground is covered, but you can kind of see that it's not. Then you take the tree. And when you place the tree down, like the thin tree, this, you don't actually see any land. See what I'm saying? But if you were to do it the other way around and try to surround it, a lot of times it looks like it's got land showing. And you can do that with pretty much all the trees. I mean, it looks so much better when you do it that way, like this. This one looks really good because it kind of goes like, it shows its own little piece of ground, but that's part of the actual tree itself. So yeah, if you want your trees to not look like there's a whole bunch of land around it, that's how you do it. Okay. Any questions? As for the walls, those are a pain in the ass. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. They change direction based on like how many pieces are there sometimes. Total pain in the butt. Trying to move some of this back. I don't even know where that one came from. Oh, I know. I see. Oh, another thing that I've noticed a lot of people have trouble with. Let's say that you're in a coverage area. For example, like this. Okay? See how this one is red? Obviously, it's because there's no road going to it, right? Okay. But let's say that you're on a road and it is going to it and you have services. Why is it doing that? Well, usually that's because you have a road that is one direction, like this. Meaning there's no other, like what I mean by that is there's no other side, like a back side on this part. So if I place this here and I turn it to where the driveway is not facing the road, it's not going to give services because you can't access the house. And this happens a lot with some of the taller buildings. For some reason it's not actually letting me turn it here, but sometimes it lets you place it the wrong direction. Or maybe like if I were to do it like this and then bulldoze this side or something. Sometimes it doesn't turn. That time it turned, but somebody had that issue in the group the other day. They couldn't figure out why they didn't have service, and it really just came down to turning the building. Okay. What else? What else? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they would at least allow you to put stuff a little more, up against the walls. It seems like when you do water, it looks so far away. It's ridiculous. They should also give us like rocks, because I've noticed that like some of the buildings, the walls or whatever, they have like these rocks that are around them. That would be kind of cool. I know it would be nice to actually have access to some of this stuff, like being able to actually buy the Heart Bridge and like this bridge. This is actually a pretty decent bridge. Shit like that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you guys here. Okay, so like with this, as you can see, I used one of the expensive roads because it's a little harder to spot. and then I put a universal building here. So good universal buildings, take advantage of those, don't waste them, because there really are not very many. Ones that actually look good on this side of the road, something like this. Otherwise, you end up with like, you know, something like this, you can't even see it, it's backwards. So anytime you have a universal building, you really should take advantage of that. That's a universal building. This one is a really good one, especially for like entrances. This one's kind of a pain in the butt because it has to have a sideways road. This one I actually like, especially for the limestone map. That was a good one. That one might actually look good on the limestone map now that I think about it. I haven't really decided where I want to put the Christmas stuff. I thought the Frosty map, but then you can't even see it, and I hate that map, so I don't know. This is another really good universal building. Okay, so another thing is like, let's say, for example, I'm working on this area here. So brainstorming this area, I have no clue what I want to do with this spot, and I honestly don't know if I'm keeping this spot the exact same. I really don't like this building here. It looks tacky to me. And I think that this blocking this looks bad as well. So I've often thought about like putting this, moving that, and putting this back where it was to block off these ugly services. Because to me, I think it looks better blocking all that stuff off. But then there's this, which I don't even think belongs on this map, to be honest with you. Okay, so now I look at this and I say, okay, what can I do differently? And I think, should I extend the island? Should I, you know, change this into maybe curving the water to be like here and then just island it off going this way? But the point I'm getting at is when you do something like that, like let's say you're gonna like break into an island and create the rivers. I usually, like, let's say I wanted to break through this area here. Instead of bulldozing all these roads, I would just like draw a piece like I did earlier, move stuff over, and then say, okay, I'm going to be bringing the water through see. Let's say I wanted to move the island here, where these houses are, like over to here. And I wanted to bring the water through this area here. I wouldn't just start bulldozing and picking everything up. I would just cut out the pieces of road that I want to bulldoze. And what I usually do is I start with placing the water in general. Like I know I'm going to have a too wide, let's say, river going this way. It's not that this river's going to stay here just like this, but I just want to get the general, like, form of what I'm doing. And then I say, okay, I've got that. And then I can start thinking about the big buildings. And once I place the big buildings or the houses where I want the houses, then I can go and I can say, all right, now that I've got the houses placed, how can I arrange this water to look good for the buildings that I have placed here? So right now I've got like 2 pieces on each side here where I can put trees or parks. But what I could do is take out a lake, And remember when I said you're going to actually set up the water the way you actually like it? Do something like this and then start putting over here. Don't do that. Just get all of your big stuff placed first and then blend your trees and your water around the stuff that's already placed. Because then you can turn and see like which ones are going to block certain things. And you can even bulldoze like little pieces of road that you may not want. Like for example, this area here has a lot of coverage. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the fact that I have housing coverage all the way down to here. So I could just do a couple little islands and just do a whole bunch of little house islands all up in here. Or I can do one island over here and then do like a big centerpiece. I've kind of got this mess going on. Like I feel like that doesn't belong there. Like it just looks weird. This looks better here, I think. And then this probably looks better here. Kind of matches this castle. Now, this to me is a cool building, but not for like a main centerpiece. So I would probably change this to I don't know what. Let's see. These two are not staying here, like I said. I've got to rearrange that. Might put a pink park here and then put a smaller tree there. So like little things I'll notice and I'll just fix them really quick. Just stupid little things like that. Like put that there and then put the pink tree park here. Because it kind of matches the swans or whatever. Or if it blocks too much of it, I'll just put like another piece of water. Now that it's dark, I hate that. Every time you go to design, it's like gonna pour rain or get dark. What else do we got? This, I feel like there should be a building here, but not too tall, because I don't want it to block this stuff off. Or, let's see. This one looks good even sideways, which would look good maybe over here as like a side piece to the island. Yeah, I don't really care which direction the Amsterdam thing goes in. I just had them placed. I just put them out there. I didn't really give a shit because they look the same to me. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure if I'm keeping those there. I just... What the hell? Oh, I forgot that that one had like a lady that glows. I just really hate the tall buildings. If I ever did take these out, they'd probably go on my Sunny map. Might put a pink park there too to kind of make it match. I try to utilize the little one pieces of road here. Oh wait, that's right. I can't. That's why I didn't do that. I forgot. You know, I had a whole bunch of these new trees out here, but the color was like a little too much to deal with. I don't mind it. It did make it look good, but like some of it was just like too much, you know? Why is that weird? It's just boat houses. Makes sense. Sunny Map's all about water. A lot of these water buildings actually look pretty good over there, especially when you do like because it's got like the autumn looking trees. Okay, let's see. Like I said, this will probably get moved eventually. And this I'm probably either going to put where's that one building I had? Oh, there it is. This one I actually had over here for the longest time. I thought it looked really good there. But I had no clue what to put here. Can't remember what I have in here. No. That looks good on the Frosty map, surprisingly. It's not terrible, I guess. I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Drives me crazy. You have no idea how many times I've rearranged these damn buildings around. Hundreds of times. I think that castle looks good on the snow part. For some reason, it just looks good over there. Let's see. Can't remember. Yeah, I mean, when you play the game as long as we have, sometimes it's just, you get burnt out on it, you know? That's why I try to design on my other maps, but it's so hard sometimes to start up a new design. I mean, once you have a design, like this, for example, you feel a lot more accomplished because you work in one little area and it makes the map all that much better. But when you're starting from scratch, it's a lot to deal with. It really is. Finding that out on my other maps, my regional maps. Total pain in the butt. Because I have no clue really what I want to do on those maps. But I'm kind of thinking about looking into some more pixel art. Because they've got some decent stuff that you can do. Like, obviously, hearts and stars. Like, I had that Mario star for a while. Tanya did a turtle. There's somebody else, like, there was a pot leaf one. Not going to do a pot leaf, but even maybe like I did a peace sign. I know somebody else, I had done a yin yang at one point. The only thing that makes it difficult is the color. We don't have a whole lot of color, but now, you know, we've got these new colors, but still. I don't know. There's got to be something else. I know Sid at one point did a dolphin. Somebody did a panda out of the water. But looking up any pixel art and trying it out, now that I have all these trees, I might do something like that again. I actually like this guy. The plant guy. Be interesting to see what this next pass brings. The new season pass will be out next week. So every other season, they skip a week. That's just how it works. So next week, we'll get the new pass, and then on this next pass, when it ends, it'll start right away instead of skipping a week. I saw some building thing floating around that they gave us the Space Needle, but not sure if that's actually accurate or not. The Cobblestone Road. Okay, so here's the thing. For those of you guys who don't know, the road upgrades you don't have to pay for. You can set your roads up to never need upgrading ever again. That being said, when you do upgrade a road, on the regular road, when you pave it from, okay, this one is free, and this one is $10,000 per 1 square. If you did upgrade the regular road from start to finish, it equals $7,500. So people are saying, well, I'm doing this so I don't ever have to upgrade. Well, first off, you don't have to upgrade. You can set your roads up to not need to upgrade. Second off, even if you were to upgrade, you would still save $2,500 by doing the 2-lane road. So unless you are... Hang on. I don't know what you're talking about with space. Sorry. Unless you are actually going to enjoy like the look of this road, I would not purchase it. It's a ripoff. I think it looks good in certain areas, especially when there are longer pieces of the road, but overall, it's not worth it unless you really enjoy the look of it. But if you're buying it simply because you think like, oh, I don't ever have to upgrade it, 1, you don't have to upgrade your roads, and 2, it's a ripoff. Transportation has some better looking ones, I think, in my personal opinion. If you guys click on any one of my videos in the description box, if you scroll down, there's a SimCity Built design album. And about midway through that album, there's close-up pictures of all the epic projects, the nighttime version and the daytime version. I don't particularly like the education epics. They just seem really plain to me, but I like more of the colorful, epics, or that, I mean, what I mean by that is for the tall ones. I prefer the mountain epics because 1, they're short and you can actually see the stuff on your map, and 2, they just look good when you put them in different directions, and like I said, you can see stuff. I do like the regional epics, a lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. The sunny one I think is my favorite, though. I had originally made a bunch of landmarks before I really knew, like, anything about epics, and I realized, like, hey, I shouldn't be building things that I have the most pointers for. I should just build the things I actually like the look of, and that's why I tell you guys that in, like, all my epic videos, to never make an epic project based on how many pointers you have. Always pick it based on the design you like, and then don't do them unless you have the amount of pointers that you need. Because what'll end up happening is you'll build it, you'll regret it, and you'll either be stuck with it or you'll end up bulldozing it, which both things are just miserable. So just pick the ones you like and buy the pointers that you need to build it. The one I do like for transportation took me like 3 tries to get. And I think it was, yeah, it's this one here. The one with all the blue boxes. I actually like that one. This landmark one here is the swirly one. Let me see if I can collect a few things here. Oh no, I have to... Apparently I have to use 4 more tokens. I forgot that they made me collect the season pass. Okay. So everybody's is kind of different. EA claims that it goes based on how many epic projects that you collect, but the maximum for 1 gold epic is 20. The design challenge, at first I was kind of excited because it was going to get people to design, but then the judging, it wasn't as accurate as I would have liked, and it annoys me that your blueprints don't roll over. The only thing I do like about it is that they give us 1 new building in each design pass, and so I usually participate the bare minimum that I have to get the maximum blueprints, and then that I do for whatever buildings that I want. And usually I get at least the brand new building, and then depending on what old one it is, I'll buy that one. But the actual design challenge feature, I think that they could have done a hell of a lot better job, personally. I don't think that the whole way that we're judging and stuff, and the fact that we have like 1 winner out of everybody, and I've never even heard what that winner gets. Like, what do you even get when you win? You know, I've never heard what you get. And so I would think that, like, maybe for every 100 people or something, they should do it like a league. You know, like you guys are all in 1 league based on, kind of like the contest of mayors. But there's a lot of things that I would change about this game, to be honest with you. Oh, is that what you get? You get blueprints? That's ridiculous. It really ticks me off that your blueprints don't roll over. Like, how ridiculous is that your blueprints don't roll over? Especially when they expect you to purchase them as well. It's like, Jesus Christ. I thought it would get more people to just enjoy designing in general. And, yeah, I don't know. Definitely not my thing. I ended up just buying a dozer pack because I couldn't afford anything else by the end of the design thing. I mean, the way the judging works, too, is just... It's stupid, because it's like, how many people are seeing your design? Is it fair? Are as many people seeing your design as somebody else's? Like, we don't know. And it's not fair because they're making you pick between one or the other. And that just seems stupid to me. And a lot of people don't actually judge it based on their personal preference. They just click it to get whatever stupid 1 little item that they get. And if they would give you, like, more options, you know, maybe having to judge each design with more options, or allowing you to pick. Maybe you only get to pick 1, you know, out of every so many. It just doesn't seem fair when you don't know how many people are actually able to view your design versus somebody else's. I'm sure there's some kind of algorithm for it, obviously. Okay. No, I think it's reasonable. Absolutely reasonable. The issue is that people don't have a clue how to do epic projects, so those people struggle and suffer. But when you prep well, when you follow the Missy's Building Guide, when you have a good storage capacity, and you have the right amount of pointers, they take like 5 minutes. So for people who pay very close attention to how the dynamics or the mechanics work of an epic project, I mean, anything easier would be too easy. I mean, think about it. This game is based around, it's a strategic game, right? And it's based around the challenge being the items, not just like the old SimCities where it was just taxes. The items is what makes this game challenging. How many you can hold, what you have to sell, what you have to buy, what you have to produce, all of those things determine the difficulty of your contest to mayor's assignments. Like, what makes it hard about an epic project? Having the items that you need. All the items that you need. If you have a low storage capacity, you don't have all of the items that you need, right? That is what makes it challenging. That's why adding a search feature to the global market would absolutely destroy the game. Because the whole challenge of the entire game is knowing what to juggle. That is the challenge. It's saying, okay, you know what? I can actually find this, so I'm going to hold on to this particular item because it's harder to obtain. And I can produce this because it yields more money because it's more valuable. I'm going to sell this, and then I'm going to make the items that are harder to get only when I need to replenish my inventory. But when it comes to epic projects, people want it too easy. If it was too easy, essentially think about this. You have that house forever, like for the duration of the entire game, right? That house is permanently there to give back to you, to allow you to make money at a times 12 rate. Any easier, and you wouldn't have people, you would have everybody just speed making everything, and nothing would be of challenge to obtain. See what I'm saying? So you have all these people who really don't know how an epic project works, so they don't make them. But when you really break it down, all you need is 3-pointers and 4-pointers. Okay? 10 4-pointers, and you're going to hit gold in no time. Like, depending obviously on your inventory, but I mean, even me, with every single item in the game, every single regional map, not even having 5-pointers, I can hit gold in 14 minutes. I think that's reasonable. But you get people with like a 200 space capacity, not prepped, holding a bunch of rares, with 1-pointers and 2-pointers. You shouldn't even be starting an epic project. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's going to cost you hundreds of thousands, and it's going to take you hours upon hours. So it's kind of like the contest. A lot of people think that the contest to mayors is too hard to obtain points, and then they report people for hacking, when in reality they're not hacked, they're just playing smart. And the better well prepped you are, the more epics you have. Like, my building guide proves that. I've wrote this building guide, and I've watched all these people, and I've tracked all of their progress, and in 6 to 12 months, they've managed to literally buy anything that they could ever want in the game, hit max storage in 90 days, win every single week in the contest of mayors pretty much, and they have every single max. It's like they're doing astronomically well, and it all comes down to knowledge and strategic gameplay. So it's not that the game is too hard, it's that you're not doing it right. And they know that. And they know that unless somebody teaches you what you don't know, you're going to struggle. And a lot of people struggle. And that's what that's what they kind of figure is going to happen. They figure you're going to level up too quickly. They figure that you're going to try an epic and fail. And they figure that at some point, you're just going to struggle, and everybody else is going to struggle with you, so you just don't pay attention. And the people that have it figured out, they don't really talk about it. You know, there's like no other people that do videos on this game. But people also don't want to restart when they fucked up their city. And that really matters. You know, you really do need to restart. No, not everybody can win comm, but not everybody's trying to win either. You know? So think about it like that. Look at all these people who aren't trying to win, who are just there, just adding points just to get like a club chest or something. Essentially, a lot of people, if you really want to win, all that you have to do is pick your choices better than the guy below you. That's it, right? And considering that like 99% of the SimCity Built community has no clue how the contest of mayors actually works, even when they hit the top of the leaderboard, they're easily beatable. Easily. I mean, what I'm saying is all these people will report people for having like a score of 150,000, and that's actually low. That's a low score for Mega. And yet they're reporting them as if they're a hacker, just because they don't understand how it's possible. You know, it's like on stream, I put up like 80,000 points in the contest of mayors in 30 minutes doing streaks. It's not, just because the vast majority can't do it doesn't mean it can't be done, is what I'm saying. And all I'm saying is if you follow my guides, if you follow my videos, if you actually, restart if you're in a position where you need to, anything is doable. And it's all, honestly, pretty easy when you understand and you apply all of it. When you apply everything in the most beneficial way, it makes your life so much easier. But when you struggle and you suffer, and you refuse to... Like, a lot of people, they want one thing to be easy about the game. They don't realize in order for that one thing to be easy, you have to do all these other things. What do you mean? The VU boat thing. You mean the VU pass? The VU pass is... You mean this? Oh, sorry. The VU pass is honestly a joke. Unless you're a war player. And if you're a war player, it should be because you're entertained by the war aspects, not because you want to benefit in the game itself. The only way you benefit from war is whatever is required for the contest. Unless, like I said, you're a war player and you actually enjoy war. But the monster, if that's what you're asking, for low-level players on the Missy's Building Guide, yes, it does benefit to attack the monster because you are able to get more war cards stacked up for Mega. But in general, overall, the VU pass is extremely important for players who play the contest of mayors because you need those war cards stacked up. Like, you don't want to use them. You don't want to upgrade them. You want to save them for when you get that 3K assignment. Otherwise, you end up in a position where you're trying to win Mega and you have no war cards and you just have to piss away a 3K assignment, which really sucks. So don't waste your war card unlocks. Stack them up. Save as many cards as you can, because those war cards are so expensive later. Like, hundreds of keys for one damn upgrade. Hundreds of cards for one upgrade. It's absolutely astronomically ridiculous. I mean, I'm at a point now where mine are... Look at this. I'm only level 4. And they want 96 gold keys for this one. That's ridiculous. I think my highest is, let's see, we got a level 7, yeah, level 7. So this one here, they want 72. I know I've got ones that are really high, like this one. They want 144. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So the cheaper you can get them for, the better. And that's the other thing. People say, oh, I don't care about gold keys. Well, you should. Because no matter what type of player you are, gold keys are valuable to you. If it's for design, then it's to buy stuff. If it's for epics, then it's for pointers. If it's for a war player, then it's for cards. If you're a population person, then it's for pop boosters. All the way around, keys do matter. So I mean, with the disasters, people are competitive. They want to win. They get their, how to explain this? It's kind of like gambling. You know, when you're sitting at a slot machine and you don't know when to stop. People that are competitive, that like the war aspect of this game, they will pay big money to get stupid war cards. And if you go on some of those SimCity Built Facebook groups, I am not kidding you. There are people that pay hundreds of dollars every week for the war bundle packs. Hundreds. And now most normal people who are going to spend that kind of money would not spend that kind of money. They would just hack it. But the point I'm getting at is the people that don't hack, the people that just like to empty their wallet. I used to have a guy in my group that would spend $800 a week on war bundles. Are you freaking serious right now? And EA knows that. And so they just make the upgrades cost some ridiculous amount. And that's why I advertise my building guide as much as I do, because if you follow my building guide, if you guys watch the video, the results of the building guide, it's actually kind of insane how well you can do legitimately when you know everything that you need to know ahead of time. Well, I don't know what level you are for storage, but that's kind of the way SimCity is. So the way that rares are obtained is you can't actually make storage. The only way to enter them into the game is either to buy them with cash, or the game releases them through mayor's passes and opinion bubbles. So when you think about it, the vast majority of the storage on the global market is through an algorithm of the game. They decide, okay, we're going to give less locks this month or whatever. So you'll notice that everybody is always short one particular item, and that causes people to either have to trade with other members, but they're also short, or have to spend money. They do it on purpose because they're trying to get you to spend money. What you can do is either, like I said, I don't know what level you are, but one good method that you guys can use to get storage items or any items is, like I said, the opinion bubbles. It really does make a difference, especially for low level players. And when you do this, you can see here that certain houses do not have this type of coverage. Introducing that coverage to the houses gets them talking. Okay? Gets people talking. Then you can enter a different category. And as a low-level player, the opinion bubbles pop up like crazy. Then you can take away certain categories that they have, and they'll start talking. And I'm telling you, I was able to get like 60 rares in like an hour or two on my feeder city doing that. Just placing parks, and see, got one here. You start popping all the little opinion bubbles that just randomly start popping up. Put something like that out. Let's get a park. Let's see. For low-level players, the algorithm on the bubbles is drastically higher. Like, I'll get like 6 at a time on my feeder sometimes. Like, one after the other. When you're a high-level player and you're maxed out, it's not near as much. There's one. Let's see. Like that. Take that away. They start talking. They're like, we want this, we want that. Try to do ones that cover more area, you know? Hit more houses. I'm only hitting like 3 houses right now. But, yeah. The people around them will start complaining. Then you get these. Always do your video ads. There's one. I mean, look how many popped up in just this couple of seconds. And that's for a high-level player. half my houses are still needing repaired. I don't know what level you are, but if you're a low level player, no. You should not be expanding unless it's for a regular residential home only, and if it's in the streaks or in your main list for 2,000 or higher. And that's if you're a low level player, as long as you don't exceed level 24. Trying to get some of this stuff repaired. I haven't even hit this war yet. It's another opinion bubble back here. There's one over here. Like I said, you guys as low-level players, you get a lot more rares in your opinion bubbles than I do. Okay, so with that, you really shouldn't just be giving away your rares, especially if you're not maxed out. Now, here's the thing. Your method is that your method is that if more people have more space, then they can collect more rares. But the thing is, most people aren't just going to give you their rares. They're just going to do for them. So you should always do for you first. And you should really only be trading your rares one for one. But that method is exactly what we do in our group, just different. It's everybody's responsibility to be successful and productive on their own. And if they're not being successful and productive, I give them the boot, because I don't need people in here who are just mooching, who aren't pulling their own weight and aren't bringing something to the dinner table, so to speak. So it's not your job to feed them. It's their job to feed themselves so that everybody can eat. You see where I'm going with that? I understand, like, your method is that if other people have more space, they can be successful, but really you're just getting used, is the way I see it. And when they do find stuff, why would they just give it to you when they can just up theirs? See what I'm saying? But when you have a group where everybody has a certain level of requirement that they have to participate in, it makes it that much more successful. The reason that everybody is able to be successful and calm in our group is because everybody helps each other, you know? If they were in a dead group, they could easily get stuck on an assignment for hours, not being able to find a certain VU item, or, you know, maybe they weren't able to prep a certain item and they got screwed, you know? But the point is it's kind of one of those things where everybody does their absolute best, and then you have everybody around you to help you when you fall, kind of thing. Well, see, that's just it, though. The problem with that is you can't trust people 100% to be genuine. So it really, what would make sense is that if you're all looking for storage and you're all obtaining storage and you're all dealing with your own stuff, then you can trade one for one and make sure that everybody is being treated fairly. When you're just giving things away and hoping that the generosity of them is just going to come back, that really you're screwing yourself. You see where I'm going with that? Because if you can just give it to them one for one, you're definitely not getting screwed over. We used to pair up, is what we used to do. We would have people say, okay, you and you are going to pair up, and he needs dozer and you need storage. So one for one, you do trade, but you don't trade with anybody else. You only trade with each other, right? But this way, it wasn't like, you know, because sometimes it's not fair. Sometimes you find like 30 storage and they find like 5 dozer. How's that fair? You see what I'm saying? And you can't just, if you're just going to be keeping track of what you get and what you give, then you might as well just do a one for one trade to begin with. The club wars in my city. Sure. Okay, so in our group, it's not like that. In our group, we don't allow people to be selfish. You don't just get things given to you. If you do come to the group and people do give you something, it's because they don't need it, and it's somebody who is an active member of the group who is just generous in general. Like they're maxed out, and if they end up needing something later, it's kind of like, well, he's helped me so much, I will help him in return. What exactly is it you want to see on my war screen here? But 99.9% of groups are full of people who are just looking for a handout, who are only actively participating when they need something, not to give anything. We require a certain level of participation. You're not allowed to just request, and never give. If somebody's in my group and they are somebody who's like, oh, you gave me one extra, I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to, like, take you for granted. We don't allow people like that in our group. And if I see somebody is like that, I just give them the boot. I want people who are going to be honest, who are going to be like, hey, you gave me one extra. Like, something like that. We don't allow people like that. And it really does make for your own success that you're in a successful group. If you're in a group where everybody only cares about themselves, you're going to be in a screwed situation. But you need to do for yourself and not expect other people to do for you. You shouldn't be doing for others on what they can do for themselves. Okay, so if you just restarted, watch my Missy's Building Guide walkthrough videos. There is a playlist labeled New Missy's Building Guide Walkthrough. Watch that. Okay, go through it. You're gonna be broke, but you shouldn't be broke on a lot of things. Like, if you buy the right services, the right coverage, you do not upgrade any roads of any kind, that you only sell certain things, you're only making the right things, you should be okay. The rewards are... Yeah, like the rewards. The rewards, the VU pass, is the same as when you click on the monster. It's the same VU pass. So whatever war points I obtain, this is the rewards that I get. But if you're talking about the arena reward, this is what we get if we win. We get 6 plat keys, 60 cash, and 6,000 war simoleons. Yeah. Yeah. Our group, we don't put up with that. So that's why we usually go through quite a few people sometimes, because we just boot people out if they can't be successful. Pretty much the last 2 spots have been a pain in the ass to fill. We also have rules. We do not allow people to post rares. We always make sure that people state the amount that they're looking for. Everybody has to, be at their, you have to be at that person's depot before you post any rares. Rares don't just get posted in depots just to be sitting there. And if people can't follow the simple rules, they're out. It's just, we need competent people who are going to participate respectfully and play logically. And honestly, when you're on my building guide, there's really no reason why you should need a handout. Well, I would need your city stats first. Then you have to watch the group rules video for 2. I don't know what your city is. Is it a high-level city? Is it following the Missy's Building Guide? Are you level 60 with 200 space and 5 regionals unlocked or something? Like right now, what we do is we have like a trial period. When we add somebody, they get a mentor assigned to them if they're on the building guide, and they could go to that person for questions, and then we see how many rules they break. They come into the group after saying, yeah, I watched the group rules video where you said 900 times that you have to state the amount when asking for items, and then they open the chat and they're like, anybody got some nails? Yeah, that person's probably not going to make it very long. So you do need to have Facebook, and you have to send me your city stats. Trying to get this collected here. I haven't even worked on any assignments. I totally forgot about it. I don't even know why I'm working on assignments, to be honest with you. It's no pass or anything. This is a good week if you guys are in Mega to try to win, because a lot of people don't participate this week since there's no pass. So for those of you guys who need an easy Mega win, I would definitely go for it. Be nice to be able to hit here soon. Why do I like making SimCity? Well, because I've been playing 6 years. I've spent 6 years typing out messages to people to try to help them with what I know. And I got sick of watching everybody struggle and suffer ridiculously. So instead of repeating myself in text version to help one person at a time, I decided to start making videos because I got sick of watching people struggle. So many people struggle so much with this game because by the time you figure out what you've done wrong, it's too late to fix it and on the game that you have and actually really be able to be good. And most people, once they figure out everything that there is to know, if they manage to, which is rare, they don't want to restart because they've spent years on one damn city, which I don't really blame them at that point. So it's kind of one of those things I have the knowledge, and I think if I was to restart, look how badass I could do with all the knowledge that I have. So I think about that and I say, okay, for a beginner, my videos are like gold to you guys. They really are. You guys can do so good. All you have to do is pick a specific topic, follow my building guide 100%, and you will do good. I mean, just watch the Missy's Building Guide results video and you'll see that. It's proof of that, you know? I mean, look at all these people in here that are... All the people with M's are at max storage. And most of the people in here, besides one, have been playing a year or less. Absolutely insane people in Mega this time around. No, dude, that's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. Okay, look at this. Okay? This is for people who aren't even trying. Normally, my group of people, if you look at our Facebook page, they score around 200,000 points every week as level 24 players that aren't doing upgrades. They score between 150 and 170. The people that are doing upgrades can score 200 and up. It's about how you choose your assignments. And yes, there are still weekends where you get double points. We just recently had one for hotspots. It's rare, though, that they do the double point thing. I've only seen them do, let's see, 3 of them in the last maybe year and a half, I want to say. I know they did one for beach recently. like within the last like 8 months. And I know they did a hotspot one at least twice in the last year. But they don't do it very often. They haven't done a mountain one in a while. I ended up buying a bunch of 4-pointers this week. Well, to be honest, 50,000 isn't a whole lot, but if you follow my comm videos, you will do good. But yeah, I mean, my channel has grown quite a bit. It's only been here like a year, and it's got 2,000 subscribers, so I have a lot more people like reaching out to me. My subs went up quite a bit last month. I'm trying to advertise in more areas. Let me see what pointer this is. That's a 4-pointer, okay. Okay. This was something that you had to purchase a while ago. It's got these like flowers on it and stuff. The train. This one's only a 3-pointer, but I like it better than most of these. That's the other thing, you guys. See how the water here? See how the water goes here? The reason for that is not that I was able to place water there. Whenever you have water placed on the edge of your map and you put this type of building here, it puts the water there on its own. So I did not actually place water there. So a lot of people ask me about that. Is that an opinion bubble? No. Okay. There's one. So far I've got one camera. Let's see. Sugar, text, that's all I need? Okay. We also have a community depot in our group. I try to help people that way to alleviate some of the struggling, which honestly a lot of people don't really struggle. Everybody's to it whenever they have it. Alright, any last questions before I go? Let me see what's in here. Alright, you guys need to buy those. Somebody on my VP team. Sid, if you want them. Anybody who wants them. I'll restock it when I'm done with the stream. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what season pass we get. I have no clue what they're doing this time. Like I said, I got, I saw that post on Reddit about the Space Needle, but I don't know if that's actually true or not. Don't know how big the building's going to be. I hope that they do a better layout or a better everything. I don't know. I'm pretty hopeful, aren't I, for EA? Jesus. They seriously need to figure it out, though. And I really hate that we have to wait a week to know. They should at least let us preview the damn thing. I mean, they gotta know that that's what everybody kind of waits for, is the buildings. And that the buildings would be... it would be nicer if the buildings would come out more, like better stuff. Or even if they are going to give us the old stuff, give us the cool stuff. Like the gorillas and the badass really tall eco trees and the pink trees. Don't give us this garbage like cowboy stuff. Alright, you guys. 400k at level 24. What do you mean, 400k? That's, well, maybe it was a high level or a double points week or whatever. I don't know what you mean by 400k. Yeah, double points week, they score like 390, something like that. They show it on the our Facebook group. If you join us on Facebook, you'll see all their leaderboard posts of their wins and stuff. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna go. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to get some designing done tomorrow. I wasn't able to pick up much on my map the other day, so. Oh. Yeah, I actually had a girl in my group who managed to do a million pop on level 18. She had so many pop boosters, it was ridiculous. Alright, you guys, I will see you guys tomorrow.